Good morning, everyone. You will certainly have heard that all human rights are the equal, necessary, and interdependent. That some cannot be restricted in order to guarantee others. It doesn't matter what the political system is or the prevailing ideology. States are obliged to guarantee, promote, and respect all our rights without distinction of any type. You will also have heard that free education and health care are state obligations. In my country, these represent government achievements, and Cuba has been praised in the world for this. And also having survived the actions of its more powerful northern neighbor. Yet, all overlook the fact that there is one political party and one ideology, and those who think differently cannot express themselves or participate in the government. There are periodic elections, but they're not free or transparent. A political group has remained in power for more than 60 years without alternation. The same person holds political positions in many state bodies and participates in drafting laws and in enforcing them. The judiciary does not exist. The state and individuals who lead the country have a great deal of power. They control more than 80% of the land in the country, including all the hospitals, schools, and the communication media. They're the main employer, and nobody can disclose matters, and supposedly any criticism comes from people who have been paid off to represent the interests of a foreign power. Publishing a news story in independent digital platform or commentary on social networks or meeting with people who think differently are sufficient motive to arrest, interrogate, and threaten and jail people on behalf of national defense and sovereignty, and they can be prevented from moving within the country or outside of it. In 2007, I publicized my ideas on press outlets. In 2010, we founded Cubalex. It's an office that offers free legal guidance. I and my team began to investigate and denounce human rights violations, and I became a human rights advocate, but I was also accused of being a mercenary at the behest of a foreign government. On September 23, 2016, my home, which was the headquarters of the organization, was raided. They arrived without notice with evil intentions. They cut off communications so we could not sound the alarm. No matter that we were just calling for a constitutional right for the inviolability of our homes. I still remember the pain in my jaws as I clenched my teeth not to react while they broke down the doors and forced their way in. They confiscated our telephone and computers. They took away all the documents of our clients and property title. They prevented us from eating for the 11 hours of the raid. We were interrogated. 5 of us women were obliged to strip naked, and in their eyes I saw their pleasure of seeing us humiliated. They imprisoned a colleague for a year, and I'm still wondering, what did we do to deserve this? 1 month after the raid, the public prosecutor's office that supposedly serves the rights of citizens interrogated a number of our clients. Most of them are people who are deprived of liberty. They were recorded and questioned about having required the services of an illegal group, as if we were terrorists. For those who were in prison, they were proposed privileges or early release from jail if they testified against us. We were very frightened of having a trial without any due process, of ending up in prison and not being able to continue our work. Anxiety and depression affected us physically. Nothing and no one could protect us. They knew it, and the only thing we could do was to request asylum. But they sent out an alert so that we couldn't leave the country. A day before I left, the prosecutor's office informed me that they had evidence enough to imprison me. Receiving international cooperation and hiring people to offer our services It was infringement of domestic law, they told me. Free legal advice is not amongst the 240 activities that the state allows citizens to practice as a form of self-employment. They had a bogus bill with the signature of the owner of the building that we used as our headquarters. They had the declaration of a state employee who heard other people comment that I had given gifts to state employees to speed up red tape. These were the types of evidence they used to accuse me of document forgery and bribery, which would set me up for 3 to 8 years of prison, and confiscating our premises. We will allow you to leave the country, but if you come back, we will reactivate our accusation against you, they warned me. It's been 3 years now that I haven't been able to return, hug my mother. I couldn't say goodbye to my grandfather when he died last year. I am still crying over the loss of everything I've known for much of my life and that I had to give up. I don't know if I'll be able to return. But the fact that I'm here today means that I have not given up. My story is not exceptional. It's the same for all human rights advocates, for journalists, artists, writers, all those who decide to express themselves freely and publicly. The difference is that many of them don't want to escape or can't escape. Nonetheless, we all want the same thing: respect for the rights of all Cubans, no matter what they think or where they live. We have many obstacles before us. We have prejudices accusing us of extreme ideologies and radical positions without judging us, without hearing us out. We need you to help us fight this silence and indifference. You can help us change this reality. You can help us make our voices heard and have our stories listened to. You can carry our messages and stories to different corners of the planet in different languages so that the public can hear the truth about the situation of human rights in Cuba.